Hi everyone, this is Intuitive Edge. Welcome once again to my channel. Thanks for joining me. So, there's been a lot of talk in the news about what's going on with these judges and the showdown that we're having between the separation of powers, the judges, the presidency, and it appears as though there are some judges who are trying to meddle a little outside the bounds of their constitutional authority. At least that's what some people are claiming. So let's see what's going on with these judges. Is that really what's happening here? Is there any constitutional crisis going on? It seems to be that there's a lot of stir going on with this topic. So my question is, what is going to become of this judge, particularly Judge Boasberg, but also some of this other energy going on with these judges? It does appear to me that there is an attempt to either tie up resources with the executive branch, having to kind of fight these in court. Is the Congress going to step in? The Supreme Court seems reluctant to want to step in, but are they going to step in? Is there going to be any type of remedy coming up? What's going to be coming up? Let's see what the cards have to say. I'm going to shuffle up here. And I'm going to shuffle up and we'll be right back and look into this further. So as I was shuffling up the cards, the Eight of Pentacles card came out and it flew out upside down. Usually if a card flies out, you kind of want to pay attention to see if there's an extra message in there. The Eight of Pentacles is a card of working on projects, getting to work on things, but reversed, that could very well indicate a stall or a misuse of resources or something to that effect. And that seems to be kind of what the theme is with these judges kind of meddling in foreign affairs. I honestly don't understand the purpose of bringing terrorists, gang members back into the United States. What is the purpose of that? But let's see what, let me continue shuffling and I'll be right back. Okay, so first card out, the card of anxiety, frustration, stress, and crossing it is the Two of Pentacles. This is that feeling of things being up in the air, not being nailed down. There's this stress, but not a remedy for it. Things are, it's like you're weighing your options. You can't do this because of this. So that juggling going on. Above this is the Hermit, the card of going within, looking within. Let me just get a few more cards out to see what the theme is overall. We have the Ten of Swords kind of led up to this. This is a card of endings, new beginnings, but things that are coming to a close or a halt. We have the Sun in the past and the World in the foreground. Let me get a couple more cards here. Just see what we have going on. So we have this Queen of Cups over the environment. And underneath her is the Eight of Cups, a card of having to walk away from something or move on from something. It's almost like trying to control a situation. And the World is right next to that Queen. There's definitely a control factor coming into this. Who gets to be in control? And almost having that Sun in the background, it's like eclipsing that Sun energy, wanting to usurp, to take control. We have the Page of Wands. Above that is a Messenger. There may not be everything above board. I feel like there's a lot underneath this. This is not just a matter of a judge trying to do something. It feels like there is a whole thing underneath. We have the Six of Cups. That is a card of innocence, and that is on the outcome. That to me is favorable, that this will get sorted out in a favorable way. it may be unfavorable in the interim, but it's almost like you're ruling over something that is a challenge, and it's like it's designed to be that way. I want to shuffle up and see what's going to come of this judge, and is this going to be something that is handled by Congress? Ooh, we had a knight just pop out. Okay, this just popped out. Knights are messengers, especially Knight of Cups. This is about an offering being made. I wonder if this is going to be handled by Congress, because right underneath that card, 2 cards popped out, is the 4. This is a messenger of an offering, and the 4 is about tamping down what's yours, holding on to what's yours. And I feel like there's going to be a ruling or something made that is going to further establish the order of things and what can and cannot. This is like, we're not going to lose this ground. We're not going to lose this territory. This is something that I think it's going to be acted on. I think Congress is going to do something that's going to act on this. And it's like the energy is like, we're going to put a halt to this. I feel like there could be something coming of that. I know that there are some people in Congress that are talking about changing some laws or changing some direction, but I think they're actually going to do something that's going to be meaningful. Let me shuffle that real quick and just see, is something meaningful going to come out of Congress regarding changing the district courts? I do have to say there is something to the idea of not having a district court judge, a single judge, overturn the entirety of a presidential act. That doesn't sit well with me. That doesn't seem like that is the way that the country is intended to be run, with the separation of powers. I mean, yeah, there are checks and balances, but one district court judge. Yeah, that's just a little odd. Okay, let's see. Is Congress going to act in a way that will beef up the laws or make it more clear, more delineation between who can do what? Oh, okay. Interesting card to pull up on that. The Hanged Man. This is the card of self-sacrifice, giving something up to gain something. So there could be a power play there. We're giving something up, but we're gaining something. We have the Death card across it. 2 major arcana. The Death being big change. Big change. Congress could be giving up something for a greater cause or a greater purpose. 7 of Cups crowning that means there's a lot going on. We have the Justice card underneath. That's interesting. Justice, balance, fairness is what the courts should be about. The King of Wands is in the background. I'm wondering if this king will be this judge represented by the king. I wonder if perhaps there will be some impeachment of him. I don't know, but I'm just seeing this in the past. Made me think of that. Sorry. King of Wands in the past. There's a 7 of Swords. Ooh, 7 of Swords on the future. That is a card of like having to really be careful with how you do things. It's like a very tricky situation. It's delicate, and yet the card next to it, the 8 of Wands, says it's going to happen pretty quick. It's a tricky situation, but it's going to happen quick. It's more going to come out of this. Queen up above that, and there's that 8 of Cups again. This is on the outcome. So this is a very important card for some reason. It's out again, meaning dealing with a sad issue or having to move on from something. Knight of Wands is on the bottom of the deck, meaning taking action. So there will be some sort of action that comes very swiftly. It's probably not going to delay for too many more days, I would imagine. It's going to be coming out pretty quickly. How will the White House react to Congress's actions? Is that going to be a positive? Let's just see how Congress will, how the White House will feel about Congress's action. I do think Congress is going to take some sort of matter into their hands and do something. Is that going to be favorable to the White House? Is it going to help? Will the White House be happy about it? Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles, looking over, review. And then the Three of Wands is kind of a future card or a card of opportunity. I think they're going to see it as hopeful. Again, the Seven of Swords coming back out. This card of having to navigate something very carefully. And yet this card again coming up quickly, crowning everything. Getting the upper hand in the past, and the Ten of Cups on the future. Very, very, very favorable for the White House, I do think. Let's see what else we get. There's that Eight of Pentacles again. So this card is on the environment around. And there's something very kind of underhanded with this card. It's a card of being in denial or not wanting to look at something. And I think there's that whole power play of something else going on underneath. I think that's very, very important. This is a card of worry or wanting to like not go along with the program. I call it the card of refusal. It's right above this card of denial and not wanting to look at something. But I think that there's going to be a resuming of the movement of people. That will resume. The planes, the movement of people feels like that's gonna keep moving. It's stalled, but it's gonna resume. Okay, whether that be deportations or what, I think that's gonna resume. Okay, let me see what else. Just one moment. So what's going to happen to Judge Boasberg? Is he going to be impeached? Is he going to be left in place? Is he going to be overruled? Sanctioned? I don't know what, if they sanction judges, I don't know. But what's going to happen to him? Is there anything going to happen? What is likely to take place with that judge? Okay, let's see. Oh, heartache. Heartache. So at the very least, his ruling will probably get maybe overturned. But heartache. Also conflict, crossing it. So maybe he stepped in it a little too much. Got a little too much on his shoe and stepped in it. Because the Three of Swords and the Five of Swords, that's not a happy combo. Topped by that Seven of Swords. There's that tricky situation again. Navigating carefully and delicately. Let's see what else. Nine of Pentacles underneath. Kind of led up to this. To me, that's kind of a abundance. It could be like a power play also. The Eight of Wands in the background. Something happened and is happening quickly. Trying to get the upper hand. Let me see what else. This feels like a reining in of energy. This Emperor is showing up in what you're wanting or hoping for. And the Emperor is like total control and domination. And yet above it, the outcome is the Empress. The Empress is like the flip side to the Emperor. She has power authority also, but she displays it very differently. So to me, this is like the outcome that this judge wanted, symbolizing this energy, is actually going to be very, very different than what he wanted. And yet there is a finality. There is, the Empress has authority and power. This could be the act of Congress maybe that might be coming up. But it's an act of power, an act of authority, but it's going to be different than what he envisioned, this judge envisioned. We have the Page of Wands, Page of Rods, same thing. This is kind of like underneath everything is a messenger saying that there's more to this story than meets the eye. I do think it's going to be a hard road ahead for that judge. But bottom line, what he sought is not going to materialize in the way that he wanted it to. That's pretty clear to me. What would help us the most to know from all of this? Let's pull some more cards here, see what we get. Seven of Cups. This is the card of a lot going on. It can be almost too much. A lot of stimulating energy, very creative, but there's a lot happening with it. And then a card of refusal. That's interesting. Let me ponder that for a moment. Because you've got all this going on, and yet an energy of I don't want to deal with that. And it's flanked by two kings. King of Swords up top. King of Swords up top. And the King of Cups underneath. The King of Swords, the King of Information coming in. There's that Queen of Cups and Temperance. Oh, I think all of this is going to shift the balance of power, perhaps. Temperance is about grace. It is about patience. It is balance. If something, I mean, she definitely brings the balancing to anything, that Temperance card. This is the Wheel of Fortune. The card underneath is like things are moving the way they're supposed to, and that Temperance is going to even everything out. And the two kings that are flanking this, too much going on, and this, I don't want to do this, I can't move forward. There's a power play, and the Queen of Cups and the Temperance on either side. The Queen of Cups. It's like this back and forth. We have the two kings, the power play for the two kings, but it's being balanced by this feminine energy, which is interesting because we had the Empress on that other reading. 10 of Wands is about responsibility. 10 of Swords is endings, and the 9 of Swords. There's an ending coming that is going to be like evening out the playing field and smoothing things out. This is going to be resolved. One way or another, we're going to have a resolution, and I don't think it's going to be what the judge wanted to see happen, but it's going to clear this up. Is this going to clear up? Are we going to see something come out of Congress or something that clears up this notion that a district court judge can overrule the President of the United States? Is this going to, are we going to see a resolution come through that's going to fix that notion? Let's see what the cards say. Oh, well, isn't that beautiful? The Tower card of things falling apart. Crossed by the King of Pentacles. Now, generally, when I throw the King of Pentacles, which hasn't come out yet, we had the other kings. King of Pentacles usually represents Donald Trump. It's represented him in other readings I've done many, many times over. And having him cross the tower, I think he's going to benefit from this energy of the tower chaos. Fool up top, just get a couple more cards out here. Taking action, the Fool. Page of Swords underneath, Knight of Swords taking action, and Six of Swords. Six of Swords on the future means calmer waters. Things are going to smooth out. We have the Tower and Donald Trump crossing it, and then smoother waters right on the heels of that. We have the Hanged Man. I got that earlier with Congress, possibly. Somebody giving something up to gain something better. That is going to result in some conflict. But I do think it's going to smooth something out. There's this Three of Swords again. This card came up for Boasberg earlier. I think this is going to iron itself out. But whoa, I think it's going to get spicy before it gets better. But I think we're going to see a resolution come very shortly. So will the President of the United States be able to resume his duties? Two of Pentacles. That card came up at the very beginning. We were talking about what is this, like things are in limbo right now. It's crossed by the Death card. That's incredible change coming. So I think he will. This is a Ace of Cups crowning everything. This is a very favorable card crowning this reading. So I do think this is going to resolve itself. We have the Wheel of Fortune in the background, the King of Cups on the future. Let's just see the Magician on the environment around Nine of Cups, and the Chariot. Chariot is all about movement. This is the card on the future position. So all about movement, moving forward. And I do think that that is the case. So yeah, this is going to favor the president. I do think Donald Trump will get the upper hand eventually with this. And, you know, right now, there's just so much momentum that people don't quite understand. I don't know why I just want to say this. I want to segue for just a moment on the word resist. I saw a car the other day that drove by, and they had a bumper sticker that said resist. And I just have to say that that doesn't usually work. Resistance is futile, as they say. Resist does not work. What you resist persists. So the energy of resist would be much better spent in seeing the truth behind something, seeing how you can integrate the changes that you're feeling and seeing without resistance. Resistance is a guaranteed surefire way to stay stuck in the thing that you are resisting. So I don't know why I just brought that up, but whoever needed to hear that, there you go. All right, that's all I'm going to say for this. I just think there's some big changes ahead, and I do think eventually it will favor Donald Trump and the White House. Might take some definite things to shake up and shake out before that all happens. I think we're about to see a political shakedown. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.